welcome back. And joining us now is Caleb from Foster Financial. Caleb, thanks so much for being with us.
Yeah.
For the past few weeks, we've been talking about something called Secure Act 2.0, which is a document that's about this big, right?
At least,
a lot of pages. So for those who have missed the past few weeks, how could you explain the Secure Act 2.0?
Yeah, so I mean, it's this big bill that was signed into law just back in December. And so, I mean, over the past probably month, we've been talking about some of the big changes that have come out of it and how they affect the, everyday investor. And so today we're going to switch gears just a little bit and talk about one thing that actually didn't change with Secure Act 2.0 that people thought was going to.
Okay.
And that's the ability to do a backdoor Roth conversion. Okay, so for everyone out there who's worried about not being able to do a backdoor Roth conversion, don't worry, you're still able to do it.
Okay.
And probably for most people out there, you're wondering what in the world is a backdoor Roth conversion. So that's what we'll kind of talk a little bit about today.
Perfect.
Essentially, a backdoor Roth conversion is a way for somebody to contribute to a Roth account who ordinarily wouldn't be allowed to because of the amount of money that they make. All right, so the government actually puts limits on your income and says that basically if you make over this certain threshold, for a single filer it's $153,000, and for people married filing jointly it's $228,000. They say if you make over that amount, you're actually not allowed to contribute to a Roth account. Which is kind of a bummer because, I mean, these Roth accounts are a really tax-advantaged way to save for retirement. And so that kind of brings in this whole backdoor Roth conversion strategy where somebody can actually make a non-deductible contribution to a traditional IRA and then convert it tax-free over to a Roth IRA. So there's just kind of that one intermediary step in there.
Interesting. Well, how do you know if you're someone that falls into this category? You talked a little bit about it, but how do you know?
Yeah, good question. I've seen a couple, I guess, main use cases where this often applies to somebody. And one of those is like, let's say there's a husband and wife, and the wife is a stay-at-home mom. She's busy taking care of the kids, and because she's a stay-at-home mom, she doesn't have an employer-sponsored retirement plan, like a 401k or 403b. And the husband maybe makes over that, $228,000 threshold. And so he actually prices his wife out of being able to do a kind of contribute to a Roth account because he makes too much. And so what she can actually do is do this whole backdoor Roth strategy. That way she can still contribute to a Roth account.
Interesting. I'm just thinking through, whenever Caleb comes on, I just think through all this too, because I learn a lot while he comes on. I hope everyone does too. But yeah, I think it's interesting because, it's something that maybe do you say people don't necessarily know about this option?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think this is one thing that kind of slides under the radar. And I think sometimes people hear backdoor Roth conversion and they think it's like almost a scary loophole that maybe they're not supposed to do. Lawmakers have come out and said, hey, this is a perfectly okay thing to do. So it's not some weird, backdoor loophole that, people should be worried about doing. It's certainly something that's allowed. I'd say one rule that people sometimes forget is this rule that's called the pro rata rule, which basically just means that if somebody does this sort of conversion, they have to convert a proportional amount of the non-deductible contribution and any pre-tax contributions that are in their IRAs. And that's a lot of financial advisor jargon, but basically what people need to know is that if they have an IRA already that has a bunch of funds in it, it can be difficult to do the backdoor Roth strategy. It works best if people just have a Roth IRA or have a traditional IRA with a low balance.
Interesting. And so, Caleb, I think every week I mention Foster Financial is one of those groups that really will walk alongside of you because, like you said, there's people that still maybe don't know about this, but if someone's listening out there saying maybe this is the best option for us, will you guys walk alongside them throughout that?
Yeah, sure thing. We love chatting with new people. We offer kind of the complimentary consultation. So if anybody has questions, we are more than happy to talk to them.
Yeah, it's just that easy. And like every week we mention too, complimentary consultation. So all you have to do is just give them a call and they'll be able to point you in the right direction or just answer your questions. And Caleb, I know I mention all the time, but there's no dumb question out there, you guys would say. Any question you'd like to ask, you can? Awesome. Thanks, Caleb, for being here so much. And if you would like a complimentary consultation today or to ask me those questions, all of that information is on your screen right now.